Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth week of Let's Talk Banter. Today is September 26th, 2017. I'm Alec.
Oh, I guess that's me. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Dale.
Alright, so, what's the first thing on the docket we have this week, Dale?
I think Jacob has something he wanted to bring up for us.
Did I now? You put me on the spot like that, man? I don't even remember what I'm talking about. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, the first thing we're going to be talking about this week is something that is controversial to some, but I think we might all agree on this topic. So it's the topic of steroids in sports. And, well, not just steroids in general.
It's important to make that distinction.
Yeah, not just steroids. We're talking about any kind of performance enhancement. So that can be doping, that can be steroids, that can be anything else of the sort.
We only know of two.
I only know of two personally, but what are your guys' thoughts? Give me some thoughts.
I don't care.
At all?
At all.
Like you don't care about the topic, or you don't care
Okay. Okay, so my philosophy is that if I'm paying $600, okay, not 600. If I'm paying $100 for a ticket to go see the Royals,
$600.
Yeah, that's why I said not. I said 100, because they're good now.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm paying $100 to go see the Royals, and there's not a single home run, I'm gonna be disappointed. I want to see Hosmer shooting up in the bullpen right before he bats. And just
there's something so wrong with what you just said.
No, okay, but like, think about it though. Like, how much more interesting would a sport be to watch? And in this case, I guess we'll go with the example of baseball. How much more exciting would it be to watch baseball if there were like 10% more home runs?
I think
this year they reset the record for home runs in a season
because of steroid usage?
It could be steroids. It could be the ball is juiced. But even past the era of steroids, back with Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, we reset that record for this year. And funny enough, Alex Gordon actually hit the one over.
Wow,
nice. But we are from Kansas City. In case you guys
couldn't
catch
tell
on
from
that.
our Union Station picture.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess that is a Union Station picture behind our videos.
Yeah, Tyler always recognized it actually.
Did he?
Yeah, he the first episode we put up, he was like, "Yeah, that's a nice picture of Union Station too." I can't believe you recognized that.
I didn't recognize it. But
you call yourself a Kansas City.
I know, right? Yeah, I think if the juice is loose, let that juice be loose. I mean, I think...
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, let the juice be loose. That's what people say, right? The juice is loose whenever people roid up.
I don't...
They put in that good juice and...
That's like a thing people say when they've had too much cranberries.
Well, but what about the long-term effects of things like this?
I mean, there's long-term effects that come with all sports playing. I mean, really bad injuries.
Are you talking like long-term, like all past records and things are now completely obsolete? Or are you talking
long-term for the people?
Yeah, for the people.
I'm talking long-term for the people, because if you make it legal, then everybody pretty much has to do it, or they won't be good enough. So then everybody is just at risk of whatever the side effects of steroids and whatnot are. I don't know them off the top of my head. But
small
testes reduced.
Yeah, reduced size of testicles.
They get like big heads and
reduced sperm count,
stuff like that. But long-term steroids don't. They do have their side effects, right?
Big heads.
Yeah, I think big heads is actually a thing.
You're talking about heads on the shoulders, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, it increases the size of their actual head, like the cranium?
Yeah, or like it gets kind of puffy.
What? I don't think I've ever heard of this. I mean, the side effects that I know of are like increased anger,
hormones
shifts, or just out of whack. I think muscle deterioration is.
I think that's
side
definitely one of
effect.
them. I know that the sperm count thing is a big deal.
Yeah, definitely a big deal. So I mean, yeah, there are a lot of side effects. As a bystander and a fan, I think if people are already doing it, so if you just release it to the public,
that's so true though.
if you release it to the public, it just evens the playing field, in my opinion.
I mean, honestly, all we're doing now, because you're saying, Dale, you're saying that if it's legal, then you have to do it. But there's a lot of people that already do it and are better because of it. So if everyone was allowed to do it, then it would, if anything, I think it would level the player field, maybe at a higher standard.
Yeah.
But it would level because people are already doing it illegally, so the people who aren't are at a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. And like, I think we're almost kind of encouraging people to do this illegally because they get so much praise and so much recognition for being so much better. But they're the only reason
they get
they're
caught.
Yeah, until they get caught.
Well,
but
what,
I mean,
Barry Bonds' record's still up, isn't it?
It is, but that went through a whole court process, and
but the fact that it's still there shows that, I mean, how seriously we are actually taking this.
yeah, and I think people still see these icons that use steroids, and they still think of them as icons. I mean, they don't just sit there and just be like, wow, I can't believe they did that. That's horrible, because everyone kind of did it. I mean, and it was just the people that got caught that were the unfortunate ones. Now, the only counterexample to that, I guess, would be, the biggest one that I could think of would be like Lance Armstrong and the doping and everything. There were so many cyclists that were doping. It was just the fact that he had so many Tour de France's won.
Yeah, the back-to-back.
Yeah, that people threw a big fit about it. I still don't think it was that big of an issue. I mean, he could have been popping steroids, but instead he was just enhancing something that was already his, in a sense.
That, I think, is the greatest point of doping, too, though, is it's not a drug. And for those who don't know, it's basically like you're oxidizing your blood so that you take out blood and then you oxidize it and, like, expose it to more oxygen, and then you put it back in and it, like, pumps faster.
It helps you work at a higher rate because there's more oxygen in your blood, so it doesn't need to pump as much.
Gotcha.
I think is the science behind it.
Yeah.
But I mean, so in that sense, I think that it was way overtaken. I mean, he lost his whole...
That, to me, doesn't even seem like it should be illegal.
Yeah, he lost his whole Livestrong brand. Because he did a lot for people. He had a really big organization for Livestrong and cancer research. And yeah, I mean, he just lost it all. People stopped agreeing with the Livestrong brand, which I think was rough, just because I think it did a lot of good, and just because he did something that people considered not to be fair. I think that was unfortunate for him. But so, I mean, yeah. With that topic, I mean, do we think that something should be legal and something should be illegal? Like doping, do we think that that should be legal while steroids should be illegal? Because they're harming rather than just part of our body? I'm sure there's bad side effects for doping, but still.
I still think that if you make it legal, that you raise the bar to make it that if you don't do it, then you're just not good enough. And I don't think that should be the case.
Here's a counterpoint to you, Dale. What if steroids, synthetics, and such of that nature aren't legal, but doping is permitted? It would raise the bar in a way that's perhaps more safe than taking, drugs, essentially. Do you think that would be okay?
I guess, but you still pretty much make it that everybody has to do it or they're not good enough. And that it takes a little bit of the human aspect out of it, I think.
Yeah, kind of.
To the point where you're almost engineering people, which people
That's
from
what
a
I'm here
young
to
age.
see.
Yeah, I'm here to basically see robots go against each other, please.
I want to see a quarterback get knocked on his ass so hard his helmet flies off. That's the kind of football I pay to watch.
That already happens.
Yeah, but more often.
I'm trying to see a quarterback throw it from his end zone to the opposite end zone and have a man be able to run fast enough to catch it.
I'm trying to see somebody kick like a 72-yard field goal to tie the game. With shit like that, that's possible. The ability of these athletes, and like, I know they're not just tools for us to play with. They're not just like subjects of our enjoyment. But when you're making like $100 million a year, you are just a subject of my enjoyment.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a movie star. I mean, they both just are for people's enjoyment in a different sense. Now, something along those lines. If everybody was up to that level, do you think it would get boring after a while? If everyone was able
would the bar need to be raised higher?
Yeah, would the bar need to be raised higher? True. Do we need to introduce new synthetics?
Probably. I mean, so you get these standout people like Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa that kill the ball, and they sell tickets because they're them. But when everybody can do it, is it as interesting?
Yeah, that's a very valid point. And it made me think, I had this thought a while ago. If a team was so good that they won all the time and just won every game, would it be interesting to watch anymore? Would you still be a fan after a while? Because, I mean, like, after a while, winning would have to get as boring as losing all the time would.
It's less disappointing.
It is a lot less disappointing, yes. But, I mean...
there's always those people, though, that will hop to the team that's winning and say, I'm this guy's team fan, and they never lose, therefore I'm the best fan, or whatever. Like, people need something in their life to latch onto, and I think a lot of, like, especially football fans will, like, latch onto a team and totally shit talk whatever team is worse than them.
Yeah, that's very true.
And then it just makes them feel better as a person, because they're like suppressing their inner bully, but now it's like okay because we're talking about football.
Yeah.
Back in the day when the Chiefs sucked, it was like the Raiders suck too.
Yeah, exactly. But we're not as bad as them.
So, but like on that same note, what if a team just won all the time? Because I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't want to watch anymore. I wouldn't want to be their fan because you wouldn't want to be a fan of the other teams. I think half of sports is competition.
Well, some of the most winningest teams, like the Patriots, the Golden State Warriors, Alabama, Crimson Tide, stuff like that, they are hated by a lot of people.
Okay, this brings up totally what I was going to say. So check this out. Tickets are still high, and people still go to the games. You know why? Because everyone wants to be there for when they lose.
Yeah.
So I think they still sell.
You think so?
I totally think so, because everyone wants to see them lose. If they never lose a game for like 3 seasons, everyone's going to watch them to see them fail. That's what people do.
The only, like, there are a couple real instances where this actually happened, and it was back in the 60s with UCLA's basketball team, and much more recently the UConn's women team, and they won like 3 seasons straight or something like that.
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
Without losing.
Yeah,
Did they sell though?
Well, it's women's basketball.
Yeah, so I don't actually know. I just know it was a thing that happened.
I have a lot of respect for women's basketball.
But when they finally lost, and I think they lost in like either the Final Four or national championship game, it was a big deal.
Yeah, but like hypothetically, if there was a team that won like 4 seasons in a row and won every single game, like we're talking football, like 64-0, just blowout games every single week. Do you think people would still keep buying tickets other than the fans of that team?
Yes.
Really? You think people would like pay to see their
team get smashed? Are you like trying to convince me? This is like, okay, you've set this up too many times now. You want me to say no, don't you?
Well, I mean, but you really would.
I wouldn't, but people would.
Do not like college football as much early in the season when they have all the cupcake games that are just like blowout wins. They're not that interesting. Like,
not just college, like just any sports team.
I think college is where you get the most disparity
blowout games. Yeah.
with that, where you
We're
have
talking
these mega
like in a
teams go up
world-
against teams that they shouldn't be playing them. They're not competitive enough.
We're talking in a world where like the Patriots never lose.
Like ever.
Do they still sell out arenas?
Yeah. Do you think fans still keep going?
I think the demand would still be there.
I think so too.
I think after a while, I think fans would stop going. Not fans of the team. Well, maybe even them too, because just seeing your team destroy every single week is fun. It's fun for a long time. But does it get boring? Does it just become disinteresting? Is it on the same field of if we never died, would life get boring?
Whoa, you're getting way too. That is some apples to oranges ass shit right there.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You can compare.
That is a topic I do not want to move on to.
A sports team winning nonstop is not the same as a person living forever.
Kind of. Because, I mean, you're both, like, on an infinite streak. Does it get boring?
I don't even know how to approach this right now. I can't tell if you're just trolling me right now.
No, we don't have to go there, but,
I think you could compare it to when you go to a game, you watch for the enjoyment because you don't know what the outcome is going to be.
Exactly.
If you already know what the outcome is, then why do you need to see it?
Exactly.
Because you don't. Because maybe they're on like unless if something somewhere, some astronomical force says this team will never lose again, then they will still sell tickets.
Yeah.
For the potential that they do not win. However, if some football lord, some dude who's like really good at DraftKings, right? He said they will
still play DraftKings.
He said they will never lose again.
Yeah.
I think that's when some of it dies, but I think people still go.
I guess if they just like, man, I kind of want to see my team destroy somebody this week.
Yeah, you having a bad
Just
week
need to
at the
feel good.
office. Yeah.
That's
Picture
true.
their quarterback is Linda from accounting, and watch you get fucking sacked.
Just sit in the back seat. And just... but like, yeah, I guess there's there's some good emotions that come with winning. Winning releases dopamine, and like the
To
idea
be on the side of the winning team is to feel like a winner yourself.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's where I'm going with that.
Okay, I can agree with that. I still think
I've persuaded you.
Yes, because I think that people would still buy tickets. If my team that I love won every single week, I'd probably still watch, just because it's fun.
See?
It's enjoyable.
You're one of those then.
Yeah, but if it kept going forever, honestly, I don't know.
See, now you question yourself.
I'm swaying. I'm on that fence right now.
This is your own question too.
It is my own question.
And you're on the other side. Now you're
Look at that.
joining the right side.
Look at that. There's no right and wrong side.
Oh,
I don't know.
but there always is. There's a clear line.
There's never a clear line. Stuff just happens. It's all about the arguments and about eternal life, apparently.
Eternal life is not the same as never.
Beg to differ. Agree to disagree.
Apples to oranges.
You can compare fruit.
Can we talk about how stupid the phrase apples to oranges is? I know this is totally popularized by Lil Dicky, aka Young Dick, but like
who's a rapper in case
yeah,
anybody doesn't
he's
know.
a rapper.
A comedic rapper, I guess I would say.
I don't know, not anymore.
Yeah,
I don't want to get into how disappointing he's made me, but anyway, it's quote, "Bitch, that phrase don't make no sense. Why can't fruit be compared?" And
end quote.
End quote. Yeah. And since then, it's like the realest thing, though, right? And it's become an inside joke with a lot of my friends and things like that. But like, if you really break it down, why can't you compare? Why is apples to oranges even a phrase? Like, what is so? They can be compared though, because you use it when it's like somebody's like, "Yeah, I just jumped on a plane and then rode a bus back, and it was like totally different." I don't even.
I don't know where you're going.
I don't know
with
what
this.
that was. Yeah.
I don't know what that comparison was.
I think it was supposed to be something smarter than what it came off as. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it.
That's the entirety of my life.
I said something about a train, or something about a plane, and then I just lost it. Out the door.
Yeah, I got nothing for you. I don't know where it was going, but the moral of it is that apples and oranges can be compared because they're both fruits.
All fruit can be compared except for tomatoes.
You can compare tomatoes to other fruit.
What fruit would you compare a tomato to?
I would compare it to any other fruit because the only thing about comparing and contrasting is you can compare them because they both have seeds which they use to reproduce. So that's one comparison you already have, and then you have all the contrast.
But by that,
they're not similar fruits though.
Yeah, they're not similar though. But like
they don't have to be similar to compare them. As long as they have
well,
one
that's true.
thing
But
that's
by
similar.
that logic, you could compare and contrast anything.
That's true. You can.
I can compare you to an apple.
Yeah.
Because you both have seed.
Yeah.
To reproduce.
Yeah, exactly. You can compare and contrast anything. That's the beauty of comparison and contrast.
You have hair.
Yeah.
You have a stem.
No.
Well,
that's
kind of.
That's not the same.
It's like your head. Not your other stem.
No, a stem is what it hangs off and gets nutrients from.
So hands.
No. Do I get nutrients through my hands?
by picking things up and consuming.
No.
What?
The nutrients go through your mouth, through your bloodstream. Anyway.
I don't know how your hands work.
You can compare and contrast anything if you really want to.
So
give me two random things. Random things. I'll do it right now.
Greatest fruit in the world.
Okay.
Watermelon.
Watermelon? Nope, not true. But go
But
on.
you just said watermelon, so you agree.
Yeah, because you said it.
And then YouTube.
Watermelon and YouTube. Okay? Watermelon and YouTube. The outside of watermelon is red. The symbol
Is
for
it?
YouTube is
No,
red.
it's not.
The outside of a watermelon is red, is
The
it?
inside of a watermelon is red.
It's more pink.
I'd say it's red.
Red.
Only because it helps your argument.
Well, yeah.
Definitely red.
But you can say, okay,
I
hold on.
I can't even do this with you though because you hate watermelons.
I do hate watermelon. You're very right.
Fucked up.
Watermelon is water-based. Okay?
Just like YouTube.
YouTube has water-based content. That's a comparison. It's a bad comparison, but it's a comparison. If you can form,
It's like
so
such a
awful.
thinly veiled.
yeah, but if you can form any remblance of a comparison, then you can make a comparison and contrast between two things.
I could contrast the fuck out of a watermelon to YouTube.
Yeah, you can. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to have the
Seen
same on
those
each side.
watermelon cutting videos?
Watermelon cutting videos.
Yeah.
The watermelon similar. Okay. You take off on this. I'm interested. Are you going somewhere with the watermelon cutting videos?
I'm just
Or are
saying,
you
like, it's pretty cool to watch people cut, like, fruit really fast.
I guess.
Is that the chef in you?
Probably.
Okay, I watch a lot of.
You do watch a lot. Okay, we were talking
No,
about...
hold on.
I want to talk about this.
Okay, well, it's gonna be a lead-in because I'm gonna talk about a fucking video I watched.
Okay.
But this guy, he was like how to properly eat watermelon, and he cut up all the watermelon out of the, like he halved it and then ate it, right? But the way he ate it is he ate it with like a melon baller,
Okay.
and then put a scoop of peanut butter on it.
Oh, I don't
and
feel like those
ate
would
it.
go together.
Okay, it's amazing.
Really?
It's like really
You have told me
good.
that before.
And I can't stop doing it now. Every time I eat watermelon, because your complaint is it's just too much water,
Yeah.
right? So like the sweetness of the watermelon plus the saltiness of the
Peanut butter?
the peanut butter, it gives you protein and fruit, and it's the water, and your mouth doesn't get too sticky or dry because of the peanut butter because
Yeah.
of the water and the watermelon.
Interesting. It's like
amazing.
peanut butter and jelly. Almost.
Yes. So, after you eat all the watermelon, you think, well, I'm done. No. You buy marshmallows and you throw them into the rind because it's like a halved out watermelon.
and it soaks
and then
up
it
the-
soaks up the watermelon juice and you eat the marshmallows.
Well, now
Oh,
now
wow.
you just turned something moderately healthy into just
Oh,
unhealthy.
right. But that's not what it's. I'm not saying that, you should eat this all the time. I'm
not
just
saying
saying
it's a
it's like.
superfood.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like great for you. I never claimed that. I'm just saying like.
That's
It's how I eat watermelon
that's
now.
pretty
I don't do the
interesting,
marshmallow
actually.
thing.
But You found this on YouTube.
I find everything on YouTube.
How? How did you get to this video? Also, we were watching the Marble Olympics. You were watching videos.
They're called the Marble Olympics.
Sorry, and it's very interesting. I will say, you showed me a video, and I'm hooked now. If you don't have anything to do, go look up Marble Olympics. It's
Marble Olympics.
Sorry. Well, it's Marble Olympics is how I found it. The videos say Marble Olympics. Yes, you're not wrong, but you have to search Marble Olympics. And anyway, it's just Olympic competition.
It's a 15-part Marble Olympics. It's exactly as you would think. They have archery, underwater races, lots of foot races.
Yeah, but anyway, the fact of the matter is, it's very interesting. But how did you get to this?
Because I don't know. I've spent a lot of time on this YouTube account.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of things that don't match each other.
Yeah.
And a lot of and by that I mean like, I don't ever watch just one type of video. Like if I see something that I think is interesting, I'll indulge in it for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like I watched this guy. I found a guy who does nothing but use a paracopter to fly around.
A paracopter? What?
It's like a giant fan on your back, and it has a parachute that goes up, and you like fly through the sky.
Oh,
with a
I think I
parachute.
know what that is.
that is
Yeah.
a
A paracopter.
no. It's got a
Yes,
So I can't
got a
remember the name
name.
of it.
it's called a paracopter. I'm sorry. Did you watch this dude fly around in the paracopter for 3 hours? Or
No,
that
but
me?
somebody else I watch is really into it.
You're right. It's called a paramotor.
Yes, paramotor.
That sounds real interesting. But
Yeah.
like, how do you get to these? I'm baffled.
Because like I don't watch anything in a pattern, and the YouTube algorithm doesn't know how to handle that shit. Because YouTube says, "Oh, you watched PewDiePie play video games for 9 hours, so here's more dudes who play video games for 9 hours," and then you're like, "Yeah, I'll watch this then." I will watch anything educational YouTube, to tutorials, to paramotors, to people playing video games, reviews, podcasts, all sorts of the most random shit. And so YouTube doesn't know what to throw at me. It just throws whatever's going on right in my face, and I watch it.
All right.
And then it fuels
it
the cycle.
cycles, yeah.
It fuels the cycle. Because, like, even on my thing right now is like BuzzFeed videos, healthy junk food.
Why'd you give in?
Drawfee, shout out to Drawfee.
Drawfee's a good channel. If you haven't seen Drawfee, go give him a watch. But what was this thing you were showing me earlier? What was this guy? He learns to do stuff.
I just want to interject with the whole YouTube algorithm thing. Can we talk about real quick how Shape of You has how many billions of views, Alec?
Dude, what now? What?
Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
Oh, Shape of You. Yeah, let's check where it's at. Shape of You by Ed Sheeran is like one of the most popular videos. It is at 2.4 billion views.
Wow.
On
That
YouTube.
is insane, and that is 100% attributed to the YouTube algorithm and the autoplay feature, I think.
Absolutely. YouTube algorithm is really bad though, because it cuts out a lot of people. But like, what a lot of people don't know, if anyone knows who Filthy Frank is, like, Filthy Frank is completely phased out by the YouTube algorithm because his content is like
bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Well, not
like bad, like
it's disturbing.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not good. It's not wholesome. YouTube doesn't like things that aren't wholesome. With 5.2 million views, it's like an anomaly for somebody who's never pushed on the front page to be that successful.
Subscribers, 5.2 million subscribers, not views.
Oh yes, that is quite different.
Yeah, he has a ton of subscribers.
Yeah. He also started the Harlem Shake.
Oh yeah.
Not a lot of people know that.
But yeah, so it's a very disturbing channel.
Anyway, so where we were going with this? There's a YouTube channel called Mike Boyd. Be the highlight of the week, I guess. If you haven't checked it out, you should. It's quite interesting. It's a borderline educational YouTube. Basically, what he does is he sets out and like every week he tries to learn something new, and it's almost always a skill. So it'll be like how to do a standing backflip, how to do tail whips, how to throw a boomerang, things like that. Like just random things that people send him. And I think it's a really interesting concept. And I think as busy as people are, as like myself included, I'm not super busy, but I'm busy enough to not just have a bunch of hours free every day. But it would be such a cool thing to learn something new every day and then go back and reflect on like what I learned this year.
Yeah.
And just see a huge list of things.
That is pretty cool. So did he start that standing backflip thing? Because I've seen so many people do that where they're like, you have 6 hours to learn how to do a backflip.
I don't know, actually.
It might be.
I know he went to a trampoline park and started doing the backflips. I don't think he ever finished it though. Because he was like, at the end of the video, he was like, I'm not going to finish it in this video, but I'm posting it to hope to incentivize myself to come back and finish it.
Yeah, interesting. That's a really cool idea, though. If you had time in your day, and I think everybody has a little bit of time in their day. It's if you have time and motivation to go through and try and learn a new skill or something every day, what would your guys' skill be? What would you do first?
Leave it down in the comments.
Yeah. Also, but you guys, what?
I think a lot of the stuff that he does is very practical. Like one of the episodes was like how to lockpick, and I know that that's like it got some negative connotation to it.
Yeah.
But like there's so many times where you like lock yourself out of your house or something, and blacksmiths are expensive.
Yeah, they very much are.
To be able to like.
You mean locksmiths?
Locksmiths. Well, blacksmiths are probably expensive too. A little more medieval, but you know, yeah. But like locksmiths are expensive. I don't know if you guys have ever locked yourself out of your car. It's $80 if I lock myself out of my car.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Is it really? Jeez.
But at the same time, he's got things like manuals and tail whips on here.
Yeah, but that's badass shit though. That's like stuff you would do at a party.
Yeah, it's like party tricks, and then like also some practical things thrown in.
Definitely the most practical thing he has on here. Learn how to be quap.
Okay, but tell me your life wouldn't be better if you spent the time learning how to do a tail whip.
It'd be pretty cool.
It'd be cool.
Probably
You'd
bust
get a
my
lot
ankle
of
a couple
physical.
times.
Yeah. Okay. You'd get a lot of physical exercise. Right. You would learn a new trick and a new skill. You could show it off to people.
Yeah.
You get recognition for it. And you got the feel good, too, because it's like, I couldn't do this last week.
Yeah.
But now I can.
It's the fact that you accomplish something. Anytime you accomplish something, even if it's something so small, like just setting a goal and accomplishing it can be really beneficial.
Well, and it's just something new, something totally random.
Yeah.
And if you look, a lot of the videos aren't really related to each other. And it's because when you start something brand new, there's nowhere to fail because it's only up. So there's a lot of cool stuff. I think it'd be positive on your brain and your mental health to
and you're just constantly challenging your physical state and your mental state by like it could be, you could be all physical things where you could like learn to backflip, learn to tail whip and stuff like that, but then it could also be like learn to read a new like genre of book, learn to speak a new language.
Well, it's like one video to the other was like how to do a standing backflip. Suggested up next was how to program my coffee maker.
Yeah.
So that when I wake up in the morning, I click a button and it turns on while I shower.
That's so cool.
And it's just like, I bought this kit online. I sat down, I read the instructions. It took me like 6 hours, but I figured it out, and now it's hooked up to my phone.
Like, there's so many practical things that you could learn how to do. It's such a cool idea. It's
and there's
really
so
cool
many things that we don't do that we just could. Like, a lot of people say that they're not very handy, but I think it's just because nobody takes the time to try.
Yeah. What's this guy's name again?
Mike Boyd.
Yeah, put out
He's a Scottish fellow.
Go look up Mike Boyd if you guys are interested in this kind of thing. Yeah, definitely leave down in the comments what you think you would try and learn. Because there's so many cool different things out there. I think personally...
I guess we didn't talk about what we would do.
Personally, I think I would do the backflip thing. Because I've always wanted to learn how to backflip. It's just getting past my mental barrier.
Now, you're talking standing backflip or like trampoline?
Standing backflip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I want to learn to do that. Because how cool would that be?
It would be sweet.
You'd just be walking around and you'd be like, bam, done. And like people are like questioning your physical ability. You're just like, oh yeah, you don't think I'm a very physical like guy? I can do stuff. Backflip right there.
Well, a lot of people don't believe me. I can do front flips.
Mm-hmm.
I can do a lot of aerial flips. I can't do back flips though.
On
I've never been
trampolines?
able. Yeah, on trampolines.
Oh, okay.
I've never.
I was like, no way.
No. I can't jump that high.
Yeah, I can do a lot of flips.
When you're over 6 foot, a lot of people you lose the ability to do flips in the air.
Yeah, I can do backflips on trampolines. I've just never done it standing.
I've always wanted to learn how to do a backflip on a trampoline.
The thing about doing a backflip on a trampoline is you just have to get past your head.
The last time I tried, I landed on my face with my legs over my head.
Yeah.
And I did a scorpion tail.
Yeah, one of those memes.
Yeah, that was the end of that.
Yeah, see, and then that just adds another barrier to the barrier that's already there
Nearly
because
split my back.
It goes against every single thing that your brain believes in.
And a lot of people always say like, "Oh, but front flips are harder." I'm like, yeah, but like I can see where I'm going.
Yeah. I don't have to get past my brain.
Yeah, it's all mental.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were to learn one thing,
okay,
I think it would be practical hacking, like computer programming in beneficial, like what he did with learning to make his coffee maker hook to his iPhone so he could start it in the morning. Like things like that. I think that there's so many things that you could do, and I really want to learn how to solder.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too. I think my other one would be learn to Photoshop. Use Photoshop really well.
I want to learn how to buy Photoshop.
you want to learn how to do practical hacking so that you can get Photoshop.
Yeah. Well, no.
Very expensive.
I'm not going to steal Photoshop.
Dale,
Adobe don't hurt me.
Dale, what's your thing?
You can actually take classes for Photoshop, you know that, right? I took one in high school.
I mean, I know the basics of Photoshop. I just want to work with it to be really good at it.
If I get my camera that I want for my birthday, I'll almost definitely buy Photoshop.
Nice.
I really want to. That's another thing.
Yeah.
There's so many things that I want to do.
Yeah. I completely agree with that. Dale, what was your thing?
My thing would be archery. I've always wanted to learn archery.
Interesting.
Bit of a Renaissance meme.
I mean, archery's pretty cool. I do agree with that. I had a friend, funny story, I had a friend that had a compound bow, and I went over to his house one time, and we were both going to do archery and work and shoot at this little thing, and I'd never done it before. And so I pulled back on the bow, and right before I let go, he said, move your elbow so your arm's not straight. And I didn't hear him in time, so I let go of the bow. And if you don't know this, if you don't bend your elbow, it snaps on your forearm, and it just left this huge mark, and it was bleeding. And then I said I would never go back to archery. I did not go back to it. I never tried it again because I was so afraid of it. And so that's what kept me from doing archery. Another mental thing. But yeah. Archery is a really cool idea. Is there like any? Because Alec and I both said computer-based things. What would your computer-based thing be?
I really like the idea of Photoshop. I think maybe just programming in general. Maybe be like really, really good at Excel.
See, like, I wanted to say programming, but it's like hashtag my major, so I better be.
Yeah.
I better learn how to program. I'm paying for it.
Yeah. That's programming is I know where my skill base is, and programming is not in that skill base.
It's really not as hard as you think it is. But You gotta be patient.
Yeah, it's.
And I'm not patient, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it's just not for me.
It's a lot of trial and error. It's problem solving.
Yeah, so
it's like a puzzle.
That's basically where I'd want to be. What do we have next on the roster?
The idea of microtransactions and how we feel about them.
Now, earlier when we talked about this, we talked about specifically in video games. Do we want to stay in the realm of video games, or do we want to move outside?
Well, what microtransactions in real life are you talking about? Are you talking like you buy a ticket to a... Okay, so like you buy a ticket to a movie theater and then you buy popcorn? It's a microtransaction, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any examples in mind. I was just asking.
Well, like, I hadn't thought about it until you said, you want to, like, branch out of video games?
Yeah.
And I totally thought about that.
I guess that could be a microtransaction.
Because you don't need it.
No.
It's just an extra thing.
Yeah.
And they charge you for it.
Yeah. So
it's not with the price of admission.
I guess it's having, like, something that you're going to spend money on, like a set thing, and then purchasing other things on top of that while you're there. Like if you go on an airplane and you buy your airplane ticket and then you purchase a movie pass or something, or Wi-Fi while you're on the plane.
Yeah, there you go.
So I didn't know. I think they have
microtransactions in
free
real life.
movies. But yeah, those are microtransactions in real life.
It could be like the food you get on the plane.
Yeah, exactly.
You get peanuts for free, but like.
But I mean, you want more than peanuts.
You want chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah, you got a 6-hour flight ahead of you.
Yeah, what the hell are you gonna do with that time?
but yeah, so that was outside of video games, I guess. There's probably a lot more that I can't really think of at this time.
Well, I mean, anything I think, a la carte, like you know, in high school with the cafeteria.
Across, though.
Yeah, but you had some specific in video games that you were talking about.
Well, my thing was the ethics behind selling. So the microtransactions. So like Clash of Clans is something that like pretty much everyone knows, and when you sell gems in Clash of Clans, like okay, microtransactions are bad, but when you pay to win models, like Clash of Clans, where if you buy enough gems, you could just max out everything. You know, it's
money
okay
over time.
Yeah, it's good for the business though.
Mm-hmm.
So like, my examples were more the ethics of microtransactions in which leading to a not guaranteed reward. So like, if you were to buy keys in Rocket League, so you can get crates in Rocket League, which Rocket League's a video game, but basically you get customizations from the car out of the crates, but the crates or the keys aren't free to open said crates.
Yeah, you don't get any crates in game. You have to actually purchase
you don't get
them.
any keys in.
Or sorry, any keys in games. Yeah, you're right. You get crates in game, but the only way to get keys is to purchase them to open the crates.
Now, here's where the ethics come in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that when I buy a key, I can open it and get something that's not even worth the money that I put in,
mm-hmm.
or I can get something that's worth more.
Yeah.
So, is that considered gambling?
I definitely think so. I definitely agree with that. Because
same thing with opening up packs of cards.
Yeah.
Trading card games.
I mean, so would that be considered
Is
gambling,
that gambling
as well?
Though? Yeah. Should that be allowed? Is that ethical for these companies to push out? Well, I think for a lot of card games in particular, I've dabbled in card games. I know a thing or two, but a lot of card games, when you buy your pack, there are very few that won't give you at least something. Like, I'm pretty sure in every pack of Pokemon, in every Yu-Gi-Oh, and I think every Magic is guaranteed a rare card.
Yeah. And I think that's just the company's way of saying, hey, we're being ethical here. Everybody's getting something.
Everyone's getting something. The value's not there.
Yeah.
But to a child, you know, I still got a shiny card.
They got a shiny card in there.
Right,
so,
but at what point do you toy with those random numbers of what you can get, and at what point does it become
Well, a lot of card games in particular. Now, I can't speak for like Rocket League or a previous example, but card games in particular have a set amount of things that are guaranteed from buying X amount of product. So, like in Pokemon, it's like an $100 box, which is like 36 packs.
Yeah.
But every box is guaranteed to have like 2 secret rares, like 5 to 10 full arts, something like, or like a set amount. I don't know the exact numbers, but you get what I'm saying. Like everything is guaranteed to have
At least
something of value.
Yeah.
The value does vary, but you're guaranteed to have like 10 full arts from a box, which means that, you know, typically they're like $5 at the minimum. So you're guaranteed to get $25 plus back, whatever, after, or $50 plus back from the full arts.
Yeah. So, in that sense, the age that you're able to gamble is 21 in the U.S. Is that illegal then?
Or should it be?
Should it be illegal? Because technically, in a way, it is gambling. You are putting money towards something with the knowledge that you might not get your money's worth back. Now, I think for the card games, they're saying that, hey, you're getting your money's worth back
if you buy enough.
Yeah, if you buy enough, you're getting your money's worth back because we're putting these certain cards in. It's standard.
And that's where the distinction is too. Is that if you were to buy one single pack out of a box, you're not guaranteed anything.
Yeah.
However, if you were to buy 36 packs, you're guaranteed the numbers on the box, the numbers that they say.
Now, so would that be considered gambling if would it be considered gambling if somebody buys just one pack? As would it not be gambling if they bought like so many packs? Is there a difference there? Is that how they're getting away with it? Now back to like
what about
Rocket League. Yeah, go ahead.
What about even digital and tangible products? And that's even also another
because
level.
no matter what, if I buy cards, I'm guaranteed to have something physical in my hands.
Yeah.
If I buy something on Rocket League and it's just a skin for a car I don't even own, what am I going to do with that?
You can't do anything with it.
What about even just, like, that's just it. You have put your money in, and you will never get your actual money out.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like,
unless you go against their, like, trade policy,
terms of service.
Yeah. Now, in Rocket League, everything in Rocket League is priced out by amount in keys.
The key is $1.
A key is $1. So, let's say you buy 10 keys and open like 3 crates. Okay, that's $3 gone that you put into these crates. Now, let's say you get something out of the crate that's $10. You get something out of the crate that's 10 keys, 2 keys, and like a key. So you get
13
from 3 keys. You get, how much did I say?
13.
13 keys. So, basically, you got $10 profit.
However, you'll never see that.
You can't get that $10 back.
You'll never see.
You can't get the $10 because there's no way to go from objects back to money.
Yeah, like no matter how much you make off of the gambling, you'll never see the money. So, like, since you'll never see the money, is it still gambling? Because you yourself aren't making anything off of this.
You're not making anything. So technically, you're just buying things. So I would say it's not gambling. You're not buying anything.
In that instance, perhaps.
You're just giving money.
Perhaps in a digital instance,
you're not getting money back. You're just buying things.
So back to the original question, though. Maybe it's not gambling. Is it still ethical? Should all this stuff that you get from putting in real money just be free? Because Rocket League is not a free game.
No.
It costs $20.
Yeah.
So you're paying $20 on top of however much money in keys to get customizable objects. Should they just be free?
Yeah. And like on that note, should there be an age restriction? Because technically anybody could buy Rocket League, and if they have access to their PlayStation funds, which is attached to a card or a bank account, that means anybody could really technically spend this money.
Even like gift cards.
Or like gift cards too.
Yeah.
So, is that not ethical that these kids that are like maybe like 13, 15 are
Or
able
younger.
to just or younger, able to just spend money?
People that get a hold of their parents' credit card and go nuts.
Yeah, people that get a hold of their parents' credit card and just spend their money. Is that ethical? Can they be allowed to do that? Is there a way that we can put an age restriction on? Should that happen? What do we think? Like,
Isn't that kind of built into PlayStation though, with being able to make purchases?
Not inherently, because anybody of any age could go to the store and buy a gift card and then put the gift card into the system, and there's no checks past that.
yeah. in all reality, in the end, PlayStation, if they're getting their money, or any other systems, we just use PlayStation.
Yeah.
If any other system, if they're getting their money, I don't think they care that much.
No.
As long as they're not getting in trouble, I don't think they care that much. So, should there be a way that they have to check beforehand? Is there a good way to check online?
I think that there is no good way, and I think that's why there shouldn't be.
Yeah.
However, I don't think it's totally ethical to take kids' money. It's totally ethical to take my money, because I'm above 21, so I can spend the money if I want to. But like kids who have no jobs, things like that, and it's like, man, I really want this really cool skin. I just gotta open this crate and I'll get one. But you don't. Not how that works. I have a buddy who just spent like his $50th on Rocket League before he got something that was worth 10 keys or more.
Yeah. So he dropped $50 to get maybe 13 keys back.
Yeah, and whatever else.
Yeah. And other random garbage.
But yeah.
And the thing is, I don't think there is a good way to put an age restriction on that, because what does it take? Like a click of a button?
Yeah. And anybody could say they're 18.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it shouldn't be ethical. It's not okay to be doing that. It's not okay for them to be able to access it that easily. But there's no good way to
it
stop
falls
it,
back on, shrug, what you gonna do.
Yeah. Things happen.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some, I guess.
Yeah.
No, what about the idea of a free-to-play game having microtransactions that help them essentially make money to be able to improve their game and not have to have an ad-based game?
I think that the best example of that is RuneScape. And I'm going to tell you why. Not just because I love RuneScape. But they have a limited amount of things that you can do for free. And then if you want to pay more, you can. Now, what I mean by this and why I say it's the best one is that you can fully enjoy the game without spending money. And I think that that's the way it should be. I think that that is the model that should be followed. It's like you have, say half the game or even less. So you have a quarter of the full game, right? But it's totally free. And you don't have to spend anything to have a good time. But if you spend the more money, you get more things. But it's more of a I can complete everything that is here in front of me for free. But I want to do it a little bit easier, so I'm going to spend a little bit more money.
Yeah. What if that was the case in like DraftKings or like one of those gambling websites? What if like an online poker website and you bought a thing, you spent some money to buy a thing that made it so every fifth hand is a great hand?
No, that's just cheating.
That's just cheating.
Well, I mean, it's kind of cheating in RuneScape in a way. Like, people that play for free can see it as cheating if somebody pays their way to get good in the game.
I guess there's like a conscious divide though, right? Because there's the people...
I guess they're not putting money forward.
Yeah, they're not putting money forward. And they know that if they wanted the same thing, they could get it.
That's true.
For just, whatever, $10 a month, whatever the subscription base is.
That's very true. Okay.
But it's also totally different than a lot of things. Yeah. But I think that it's a good system that it's like, And a lot of people, myself included, when I was very young, I couldn't convince my mother to buy me a membership.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I played a lot of the free-to-play stuff, and I eventually like finished most of it. I didn't finish all the levels and all that stuff, but like I finished all the quests or whatever, and I explored the entire area and stuff like that. And I got to enjoy the game for free, and then after doing all the stuff that I could, I was like, you know what? I want to play more, so I'm going to put more money in. I'm going to put money in and get the extra things that is just like more content.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like shitty decals and skins and whatever else, wings for your character. I want content. When I buy things for microtransactions, I want a guaranteed delivery of content.
Okay.
I don't want...
So you think it should be content versus random aesthetic?
Yes.
Okay,
now,
so
what if you paid money forward and got a random piece of content, so you only got a portion of it unlocked, but it was based on a wheel? Do you think that would still be fair?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Just because it's unlocking more game.
Because you're guaranteeing content.
Yeah.
I think that it's totally ethical to get random pieces of a map to fill out an area, right? Mm-hmm. Because eventually you're going to knock it all off the wall.
Yeah, true.
Because say it's $50 to unlock the whole map or $100 to unlock the whole map. You could break it down and be like, every month I'm going to put $10 of my money towards this game, and we're going to unlock a tenth of the map.
Yeah.
And it's a progression of content. It's not because in things with gambling and the randomization, it's like I can get something good that helps me, or I can get shit.
So the fact of the matter is, do we think that it's gambling to
I
have microtransactions?
I think it is gambling when there is a stronger possibility of you getting something that's not worth the money that you put into it.
Okay.
So in Rocket League, like 90% of the crates are shit.
True.
But there's that jackpot, right? The $150 wheels that everyone wants, right?
Very true.
That's the jackpot. But like everything else is either the same or less than the money that you put in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just wish you could get your money back in Rocket League. That would be a really poor business move, yes.
Yeah, but
yeah. And that's not why they made that feature.
Now what about...
Right.
Now you gave an example with RuneScape being the microtransaction, really, the subscription, is just additional content. What about cosmetic things in free-to-play?
There are cosmetic things, but they aren't... well, in RuneScape in particular, you don't spin a wheel to get them.
Oh, I'm talking about other games, such as Smite or League of Legends, where you pay, one of those other currencies, and you can get cosmetic
premium
items.
Currency.
Yeah. Or like Farmville bucks or whatever, where they give you a little bit here at a time, but they don't really give you enough to be able to actually do anything with it, so they incentivize you to buy.
So, my thoughts on that are, we'll go with Smite in particular, because I know more about it. It's like the random chest rule. I think that if you were guaranteed a skin, it would be worth the money. Because every skin, to somebody, is worth that amount of money. So it's like $4 for a chest pull, whatever. To that skin, to somebody, that skin is $4.
Yeah.
No question.
Understandable.
Right?
Like Nurse Neith.
Like Nurse Neith, yeah.
$100 to me.
Right. But you're getting something of the same value. Now, since Smite does it in a way where you can get ward skins and voice packs and things like that, they are technically in their own currency, they're worth the same of the price of admission towards a chest. Yeah. However, that's not really what you want. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, I think that was a lot this week. We went all along the board. We talked about eternal life.
We did not talk about eternal life. Thank God.
But yeah, we talked about a lot. So if anybody has any comments, anything they want us to do instead, anything they want to hear us talk about,
constructive criticism or non-constructive.
Yeah, just call me a piece of shit.
Yeah, dude, we're all pieces of shit. Whatever.
Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, we really appreciate everybody listening. We do this for fun. I mean, we just enjoy talking to each other. So if you guys like to listen to us too, that's awesome. Give us a like. Let us know we're doing well. And we will see you guys next week.
Yeah, subscribe down below.
Yeah, subscribe.
Signing
see you guys
off.
later. Adios.